What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. In this video, I'm going to be doing a penetration test with my Marlin 1895 4570, and I'm going to be shooting some Underwood ammo, Xtreme penetrators, and Xtreme hunters at ceramic tiles. And what I've done is I created a jig from wood to hold the ceramic tiles. And the ceramic tiles are spaced about 1.5 inches apart. And the ceramic tiles that I'm going to be using are just some regular 1/4 inch thick ceramic tiles that you would use on your kitchen floor. Okay, nothing fancy about them, just regular ceramic tiles that I picked up at my local Home Depot. So the purpose of this test is to see how many of these ceramic tiles the Underwood ammo 4570 Xtreme penetrators and Xtreme hunters can penetrate through. And the rifle that I'm going to be using for this test is my Marlin 1895 4570. It has a 22-inch barrel, and this is actually the first rifle that I ever owned. It was a gift from my dad when I turned 16, and this is actually a real Marlin. This is not a Remlin. This was purchased in 2001, so this is an authentic Marlin 1895. Check out this cartridge cuff from Mason Leather if you're interested in getting a cartridge cuff like this for your 4570 or any hunting rifle. Check out masonleather.com, and you can use the promo code NY10 to get 10% off. I have one of these also on my 416 Ruger, and they are absolutely gorgeous, and they hold your cartridges snugly. And he can make designs for you. I have an elk here. Okay, there's Mason Leather, veteran-owned small business based out of Texas. And I got the elk here because Pennsylvania has a lot of elk, and they're pretty special in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania was the first state east of the Rocky Mountains to reintroduce elk way back in 1918. Okay, so this rifle has a 22-inch barrel. So this is the Underwood Xtreme penetrator. It's a brass solid, and it's got these cutouts in the nose, and that kind of helps it create some hydrostatic shock, okay? But it is a solid brass bullet. It has an advertised muzzle velocity of 2,350 feet per second, and this is a 305 grain bullet. And I've actually chronographed these, and out of my 22-inch barrel Marlin, I get around 100 feet per second less than what's advertised. So 2250 instead of 2350, and around 3,400 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. If you're interested in seeing the chronograph test that I did with this load and the Xtreme Hunter, I'll leave a link in the top right corner of the screen. The Xtreme Hunter is also a solid bullet, but it is made of a copper alloy, so it's a little bit softer than the brass Xtreme penetrator, and it's 325 grains, so it's 20 grains heavier than the Xtreme penetrator, and it's traveling just a little bit slower. Underwood advertises these to go at 2275 out of the muzzle, and I've chronographed these, and I get also about 100 feet per second less, so I get around 2175 or 2150, and also around 3,400 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. So looking at these together, okay, you can see they're basically the same. The only difference is that the Xtreme Hunter is 20 grains heavier, and it's made of a copper alloy versus brass. And you can also see the nose is different on the Xtreme Hunter. You can see the Xtreme penetrator on the right. The nose is a little bit flatter. It has these flatter points on it, versus the Xtreme Hunter has more like sharp points, okay? So slightly different noses on these. So let's see what kind of penetration we get in these 1/4 inch thick tiles. Let's see how many tiles these rounds can penetrate through. I'm really curious to see how the Xtreme Penetrator will perform because it is advertised to be good at penetrating. So let's see what it does to ceramic tile. Ceramic tile is extremely tough. They put ceramic tiles in body armor, actually. If you buy ceramic body armor, you have usually about a 1/2 inch of ceramic, and then you have Kevlar behind the ceramic. So ceramic is really good at stopping bullets. Okay, so let's see what happens here. I'm going to try to recover the bullets after the test. And if I do recover the bullets, we'll take a closer look at them and weigh them and see what happened to the bullets. So I hope you enjoy the video, and thanks for watching. All right, guys, Underwood ammo, 305 grain, Xtreme Penetrator, 4570, Marlin 1895, 22-inch barrel. Let's see how many pieces of ceramic tile it'll penetrate through. All right, guys, look at all this devastation here. Got pieces of tile all over the place. Got a lot of cleaning up to do, but looks like we penetrated through 11 tiles with the 4570 Xtreme Penetrator. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, so 11 ceramic tiles, standard 1/4 inch ceramic tiles with the Marlin 1895 22-inch barrel, 4570 Underwood ammo, 305 grain Xtreme Penetrator. Pretty impressed. That's actually one more tile than my 300 Win Mag with 180 grain solids. And I'll show you where I hit. I hit down here. You can see entrance hole, and it just went straight through, busted up all those tiles. Pretty impressive. Check that out, guys. Just lots and lots of damage, lots of kinetic energy. All those tiles. I'm going to see if I can find the bullet somewhere. And then we're going to try the Xtreme Hunter. See what happens with the Xtreme Hunter. My guess is it'll penetrate a little bit less. And so far with this test, the best penetration I've gotten is with my 416 Ruger. That one penetrated through 15 tiles. Okay, 15 tiles. So 4 more tiles with the 416 Ruger elephant gun with steel solids, steel jacketed solids. But let me see if I can find the bullet, and then we're going to try the Xtreme Hunter. So stay tuned. Alright guys, Underwood ammo, 325 grain Xtreme Hunter, Marlin 1895, 4570, 22-inch barrel. Let's see how many pieces of tile we can penetrate through. Alright guys, pretty interesting results here. Looks like the Xtreme Hunter actually penetrated through more tile than the Xtreme Penetrator, which is interesting because the Xtreme Penetrator is made of solid brass and the Xtreme Hunter is a copper alloy. And I've actually had the Xtreme Penetrator penetrate like 25% deeper in wood than the Xtreme Hunter. So now the Xtreme Hunter is out penetrating the Xtreme Penetrator in a harder substance. Very interesting, but I want to just show you where I hit. I hit right here perfectly in the middle, and you can see how the bullet just went straight through, obliterating all those tiles in its path. Check that out, guys. That is just insane. Completely destroyed all these tiles. Look at that, not much of them left. Most of them are on the ground here. Look at all this destruction, guys. Look at all that tile. Man, I got a lot of cleaning to do. But let's just count the tiles here so you can see. Actually, I'm going to go on this side because of the sun. So, got one. Hold on. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Okay. Wow. I definitely did not expect that much penetration. So interesting surprise, only 2 less tiles than the 416 Ruger elephant gun with steel jacketed solids. And the 416 Ruger can generate probably 30% more muzzle energy than these Xtreme hunters. So pretty interesting, guys. I'm gonna see if I can find the bullets, but that's pretty much it for this one, guys. So 11 ceramic tiles, 1/4 inch thick, with the Xtreme Penetrator from Underwood 4570, 22-inch barrel, Marlin 1895, and 13 tiles with the Xtreme Hunter, which is 325 grains. Very impressive penetration. Check that out, guys. So I'm going to see if I can find the bullets. And look at that mess. I got to pick up all that tile. Look at that. It's going to take me like a half an hour. It's absolutely massive power. All right, guys, so I managed to recover the Xtreme Penetrator and the Xtreme Hunter. Very interesting results. You can see the Xtreme Penetrator here. I only have a fragment of it, okay? Just this little piece here. Pretty interesting, okay? And I'm guessing that's because the brass is much more brittle than the copper of the Xtreme Hunter, and so the brass just sheared apart from the ceramic. Look at that, guys. Just basically split the bullet in half or into this big piece here, okay? Very interesting. I couldn't find any more. I'm sure if I looked hard enough, I probably could find the rest of it, but it was getting dark and I didn't get a chance to do that. So check that out, guys. That is just absolutely crazy. Ceramic tiles are very effective bullet stoppers. I mean, for this bullet to be completely sheared apart like that is just impressive. I mean, this is solid brass, guys. Okay. And those ceramic tiles just completely shredded this Xtreme Penetrator. So I got my reloading scale here, and just to show you, it is zeroed out. Okay, this is 100-gram weight, and you can see the scale says 100.01 grams. So let's see how much weight we retained here. Probably very little. 93.2 grains. So that's crazy, guys. So this is basically 1/3 of the bullet, or a little bit less than 1/3 of the bullet here. Okay, very interesting. And then here we have the Xtreme Hunter, which surprisingly held a lot of its mass, okay? Look at that, guys. It just basically flattened out, but it maintained its mass. So very interesting. Now, the Xtreme Hunter, when I tested it in wood, didn't do as good as the Xtreme Penetrator because of the soft nose, the copper nose. It started to flatten out a little bit as it penetrated through the wood, versus the Xtreme Penetrator did not flatten out at all. And so the Xtreme Penetrator was able to penetrate just a little bit more wood than the Xtreme Hunter. But it looks like in tile, the Xtreme Hunter does better because it's made of copper, and the copper is not as brittle as the brass, okay? Also, the Xtreme Penetrator is traveling 100 feet per second faster, so that could have something to do with it as well. But check this out, guys. Just completely flattened out. Look at all that tile dust that just got embedded into the nose there. Okay, check this out, guys. Just absolutely crazy. And let's see how much weight we retained. So 312 grains. That's pretty impressive. Only lost 13 grains. I'd say that's pretty good. So I'm just going to quickly take my calipers here and let's just see what kind of expansion occurred. So got about 0.78 inches of expansion. That's pretty crazy, guys. 0.814. So this bullet really flattened out from the tile. But that's pretty much it, guys. If you want to see my other ceramic tile penetration tests, check out my ceramic tile penetration tests playlist. If you're interested in seeing my other 4570 videos, check out my 4570 playlist. I'll leave links to those playlists in the top right corner of this video. Other than that, take care. May God bless you. May God bless America. And don't forget the 3 Ps. Prepare, practice, and persevere.